I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony? Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough! Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. I wonder... I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. Perhaps you belong in Slytherin. You belong in Slytherin!
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room. Revelio. 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 I suppose some introductions are in order. Revelio.
They're lucky they didn't end up in jargon. Like that whole man from the ministry. Did you see the way that his reports did at the end? Talking to everything. Can't imagine starting middle school this late.
A little room, everyone. Let them through.
A Beginner's Guide to Transfiguration was Miley's favourite textbook. I cannot seem to wrap my head around the subject.
Revelio.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Nothing yet.
hiding from us?
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Revelio.
I wish someone would transfigure me. Have you ever been to the kitchens? I hear it's run by house elves.
Gardens at Hogwarts are impressive. Oh, do you think Garlic maintains them? With the help of Hal.
Revelio.
Might want to think that again.
Do you think they're hiding from us?
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new...
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well...
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
Ha! You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine.
Revelio.
Might want to think that again.
Protego!
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
We handled it, and I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spellbook I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian.
Nice meeting you too.
Revelio.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Portraits in the carpet.
Do you find yourself taking...
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Have you been in any other common rooms? I'd love to know what it's like to be in another house, just for a day.
Revelio.
Try transforming a rabbit into a different day.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Revelio.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide
Revelio.
provides? Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that.
Revelio.
Inside and outside of the castle. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Revelio.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Fear is weakness. I never feel fear.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier...
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the event. My suspicion is that the...
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here.
Exploring ruin? Speak of the devil. Professor Fig.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've...
Well, perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to...
I wouldn't say I chose the Dragon's Path,
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map? Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Revelio.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you... Did I hear you and Professor...
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she's...
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, happily, you have the benefit of an exception. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid... Why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in... Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your...
This will be incredibly helpful.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and... You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional... I shall reach out when I have more... For now, focus on your classes and pay attention.
Revelio. This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems.
It's time to trade in.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso! Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the great poacher raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate. Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This can't be your first duel. This should be easy. Not sure what I did. How perceptive. Thank you. This should be easy.
Protego!
Protego. Complicates things. Lucky. Good form. This should be easy. Potato. First things. Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things. I demand excellence from my students. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards or...
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional... All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is just...
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fit.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel. You duelled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Revelio.
Nice work.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Revelio. I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this...
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack...
Be quiet if you like, but I know better. Magic requires... You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was... If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, whether it's joining a secret dueling club, you just have to be clever enough...
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll...
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was shit. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. Until next time.
Professor Ronan.
Revelio.
We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to go back to the lesson.
Black noticed the scuff on his shoes the other day.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves! Where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752!
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Booth. No, it wasn't.
Revelio.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was...
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Ooh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack!
Revelio. The mind.
Have you ever wondered how owls know where to deliver?
Revelio.
Magic, I suppose. I sent an anonymous howl as Duncan Hobhouse last year.
Revelio. Revelio. Handy resource indeed, your field guide. Revelio. 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 Levioso. Revelio.
Nothing's as clever as playing with fire.
Revelio. 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 You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
It must be difficult to live in those remote hamlets. I wouldn't bother yourself about that. If I were you, I'd be more inclined to acquire myself some Bubba Tuber Plus.
Revelio. Revelio.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here! Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish. Splendid! Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. That's it! Excellent control there. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Watch this. Phew.
Very good.
Be sharp. Well done. Let us see this. There we go.
That's it! Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this. That is how it's done.
Splendid!
Be sharp. Quite impressive.
Here we go.
Phew.
Happens to the best of us. Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here.
Thank you, but I've been
I appreciate your call. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my fourth. My mother received an offer to teach them. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were...
Well, it's been nice talking and
with you. I think Professor Ronan wants...
Of course, you
A
can
word,
use
if you
Accio on
would.
humans, if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. I trust your first...
Well, an outdoor competition was...
What charm is there in the... You did well, managing to best as gifted a student.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed...
Miss Onai is always a... Now, Professor Weasley, expect to hear from me soon.
Revelio.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?